Welcome back to another Alliance War. So this is war number 6 in season 30, and we're coming up against PBT. So this is the last Alliance War before the half-time break, as it sort of is. And we have the team here. So it is Nick Fury, it's Human Torch, and Dr. Doom. So we're going to be able to use these 3 champions, all rank 3 6-stars. Sadly I just don't still have the dupe on Human Torch yet. And we're going to go into this war. It's about an hour and a half into when the war started. And we're going to go on to our very, very typical path 5 now. So I moved up, just got some energy. And then I was kind of watching telly and hesitating, and I was like, do you know what, screw it. Let me just get this section 1 out of the way nice and early now. Take the pressure off for the next day sort of thing, and see if we can clear some of these fights early and be able to help some of our alliance mates move a bit quicker. So that's the sort of plan. I was meant to take a couple more fights in this war than what I actually did, but other people ended up doing them instead. So, yeah, I apologise in terms of the content of the video, but I don't really have a mind if other people end up taking the fights. It doesn't really make any difference as long as the Alliance gets the result. So here, these fights are a little bit annoying, especially with Nick Fury. There's other champions where you probably would really want to knock down the opponent and be able to get the big Fury damage, but with them going debuff immune, it sort of hurts Nick a little bit because of the fact that then you don't get the nice bleed damage. As you can see here, the 1k a tick bleed, that now disappears, but I do have a rather large Fury, so... But again, that doesn't seem to be doing very much anyway because of the, I think, is it Bulwark? Start, node or stat or ability that Mr. Negative has every so often. You'll just see it appear and it just says the Bulwark thing on it every so often. But yeah, as you can see here, it's a pretty simple fight. There's not really too much risk, especially if you don't try and dex any of the specials, you just take them to the block. You could always run nimble and just take like the special freeze to the face, but I didn't. I saved them for other parts of the war. As per usual, I've got them in overflow. And then we're going to come across this hit monkey here on the heavy hitter part of the protection knockdown. So here I do decide to put on an Invuln just because of the next fight, which is the White Magneto on Power Alternator. But I was like, this fight, I can sort of use it for this fight, and I'll also get the benefit next fight too. So it just covers my back in case of anything. And again, sadly, because I don't really want to knock Hitmonkey down, so they'll get always evades and the assassin's cunning and whatever else he gets, the monkey madness stuff. It's just as easy to bait just the special ones all the time, like I am doing here. And yeah, it just means that these fights can take a little bit longer, but again, there's nothing really crazy to worry about as long as you play it smart and slow. So here, as you can see here, Hitmonkey's almost down to half health. And it's just rinse and repeat, basically. All the way down till he's dead. Sadly, as you can see here, it's like a minute of the fight taken up now. If you use someone like a Ghost or something like that, you probably knock them down quite early and then get all the extra damage. But with Nick Fury, it's obviously a different fight. As you can see, we're like 75 hits in now. I think it's at this point I decide to try and bait a heavy attack. oh sorry, block and parry, knock them down, gain the fury, and then throw the special free. Just to try and finish this fight off a little bit quicker and safer so that I don't have any more health potions that I need to really use right now. And yeah, so that's Hitmonkey down. I'm going to move on to this shared fight on 4, 5 and 6. So this one has the heavy hitter and the power alternator nodes. So just the main thing to worry about. Obviously White Magneto here is a high ground defender, so I do need to be partly worried about that, so that's why I've activated the Human Torch pre-fight, so that I'm not then just going to incinerate them and give them more high ground charges. It's actually going to be just the Nova Flames, which doesn't count, so that helps. Mess up the first initial parry there, and they go throw a heavy at me, which is obviously then unstoppable. But the main thing about Power Alternator for the majority of the time is that as long as you're throwing special ones, you're normally okay. They shouldn't ever really steal your power. And here I'm just throwing them to making them do that special attack. Don't mind taking the blocked hit from the high ground, and then that's done. So the next morning now, I think by this point I've been awake for like 20 minutes. So I'm plenty awake to be able to do these fights that I need to do now. And we're coming up against this Venom on Path 8, Section 2. They asked if I'd a big boost, in quotations, for this war just to kind of cover us. And I decided to apply an invuln. So at this point I'd been told that one of the fights, which was an Hulk, so Immortal Hulk on the Safeguard node, somebody else had completed that for me, so I didn't need to worry about that anymore. So the intention was to get at least 1, maybe 2 fights out of one of the indestructible boosts. This fight itself is pretty clean with Doctor Doom, in terms of node combinations and how easy it is. The actual fight itself isn't really that clean. It could have been done a lot quicker, but sadly Venom didn't want to play ball. And yeah, so we're finally getting a special free now. It's only took us the best part of 40 hits to get there, and as you can see there, it does some good damage. I'm gonna throw a couple of combos here, get back to the special 2, and then I just look at how much health Venom's got, and it's like, it's easy enough here. Just clear that down, and Venom's dead. So Yellow Jacket here, the main thing about this is not to quake it, and not to use any mystics. Apart from that, you're pretty much safe to go with whoever. I feel like that's the case. Here I just take like 4 blocks to the hit. I'm like, well, that wasn't my my smartest move. But I'm still in the first life. I don't really have anything to worry about with Nick. I've still got a whole new life to go. That'll give me some crazy high attack rating. And as you can see here, just getting through the fight, baiting Yellow Jacket special 1s, and even special 2s where necessary. Again, I did have the special 3, the indestructible boost, but I didn't really want to do anything there. And throw the special 2 to finish Yellow Jacket off. So that's my 5th fight of the war, I think it is. As you can see here, so now we're going to go on to the last couple mini bosses that are remaining for the island. And the first one here is this Polka Dot Power, America Chavez. So yeah, you can see there, I got a few seconds left on my invulnerability boost. This one, obviously Human Torch doesn't want the pre-fight for, you want to put the Incinerates on to get rid of the Stunning Reflection node. And when we were first doing the assignments, the other officers were just checking with me that I felt happy and confident enough to be able to do this fight after the blunder in the earlier wars of the season against Chavez. I obviously now, speaking to other people, they've warned me about Dex and Chavez's special one going forward. But here I just kind of wanted to nuke her down and just be safe and get her down ASAP. There I was hoping to be able to parry, but I missed it, so she threw a heavy attack, so I just waited for the incinerate chance to come back. As you can see, the damage here is just crazy, and she's dead. And then coming into the final fight of the war for myself is this Black Widow Deadly Origins on the Brute Force node. I noticed here when I loaded the game up that it was very, very loud from like a video that I was watching on YouTube, so just turned that down before it deafened me and put me off. I decided to pop an invuln here just to be sure, because at this point PBT was probably one of the, and is still one of the strongest alliances in terms of this season in most people's opinions, and we are desperate to obviously beat these and to claim hopefully another few wins after this. Yeah, so I was just like, look, I've got loads of invulnerability boosts that I don't need to worry about. I'll just pop one now and it saves me getting whacked up. I had the choice of using Doom or Nick for this fight. The assignment was Doom because of the shock immunity, and to put her in the Doom cycle, which was the main objective. So that was the main reasons and or decisions for using this. I completely missed that heavy attack there. I thought I was kind of just far away enough, and then halfway through the heavy attack I thought I was too close. So yeah, I completely messed up the space in there, but luckily got away with it. And here we go, so I'm going to throw the special 3 now. And as you can see, it does a very, very good amount of damage, 28k. Now I've got the Fury, so I can just power through like I normally would. And I look at how much health she's got, and I'm like, do you know what, one special 2 will probably just take this. And just over a minute into the fight, the final mini boss for me is done. So you can see there, the guy then goes towards the boss. We end up doing the 50 kills with no deaths again in Battle Group 3, so congratulations to the Battle Group. And as an alliance, we managed to just drop one more death to the 150 fights, so congrats to PBT. Good luck for the rest of the season, and thank you very much for watching.